prey in the neck of the woods where I'm going. Which we're just preloading today. The text yesterday is like, we're taking 3 14 wide shacks to Field, BC, which it's not that far of a drive, but it's a nice drive. And I don't get to go down that side of the world that often, so I'll take it. I'm hoping the truck is fixed. Obviously, it's now didn't work Sunday because of the fuel pressure problem. Hoping they fix it Monday. Today is Tuesday. We're preloading. Tomorrow we're gonna journey on down there. So I don't know. There's 3 of us, 3 14 wide shacks, Field. We got to go in, grabbing the truck. We got to go to CTT, or is it CCT? Man, God damn it, I can't remember. It's a rental place with trailers. They got a few things. So it's in Mackenzie. Which I got to go to the farthest end of Red Deer, and then I got to grab my truck and go to the other opposite farthest end of Red Deer, grab a trailer to go back to the other farthest part of Red Deer to load the shack at Apex, which is right beside our yard. And then we'll chain her down and get her all flanged up. Ooh. I know when you haul shacks in BC, you're supposed to have proper flagging that says vehicle may slow or turns or stop suddenly. There's something, I don't know. My buddy at Hudson got in trouble for it, but we made many trips without that sign. We'll need proper flagging and lights, just because we're not even going that far into BC. For the amount that we're going, no one's gonna know. What are you doing? Let me guess, there's a fucking deer? What up? The fuck did everybody stop for? Oh, there is a deer. talk a little bit, promise. 4:40 in the morning, day 2 of 14 wide shack that we preloaded yesterday. We're gonna be first in the lineup. I don't know why I get to be first. He who is further back, I guess they'll start later, but they have some ass time because the second guy has to wait until I steal his pilot, go down, back in off of Highway 1 to this spot. It's just the other side of field. I don't know exactly what it is. I was thinking like maybe and I can't even remember what spot. The first place that's after field if you're into touring the parks, but it's not there. That's literally on the same straight stretch as field, but it's not there. So just cross the river from field, so crossing the first bridge, and then it's just on your right hand side. If you see the shacks there, we put them there. Well, us and Downs. I don't know whose gig it is, if it's Downs or ours or what. I don't know. I don't look that far into it. I've been prying into this commercial. Unfortunately, this is going to come out way late, so it's not even going to make sense. Somebody sent me like an ad. If people were looking for truck drivers 35 to 65 males, why not females? Skunk or cat? Oh, that's sad. And they're looking for somebody to drive truck in a commercial. I don't even know what the commercial is. Like, it doesn't give you any details. Watch it be a huge scam and I get killed. So anyways, I applied and I sent them a couple like little shorts on my YouTube. I sent them a picture of me. I didn't exactly really give them what they wanted when they were first asking. I just like, I'll just throw this out there in this email and see what happens. So I now talked to them like 3 times over emails. I had to kind of like make a self-promotional video this morning. You know what? I miss the days when I carried like almost nothing. Now I got this camera bag full of all this shit. Gotta clean the window. something not in the way on my trailer. See this? They're like, oh yeah, their road's bound 75% out of whitewater. So I thought I was gonna get like 2 pumps. I got 1. Guess where it's going? All the way to 101 BC. It's gonna be like a day and a quarter. Oh, are you sure you don't want to put it on like a hot shot or something? They're like, no, this is what they order. I'm like, okay, cool. I won't complain. I'm not gonna burn much fuel. Cruising. Important news broadcast. Friends don't let friends drive Hyundais.
In the bin.
You're not fighting E-Honda, you're fighting a Honda.
I'm fighting a car?
Yes.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Fine, I'm punching the car. Oh, he's not hitting back. How exciting. Wow, what a great idea. Hey, this is kind of fun.
Sure you can.